Oh my god. As you guys can see what's going on here, we can see Epic 7 and Guilty Gear is doing another collab. Well, they're probably going to redo the same collab that they already did, and it was pretty successful. I think a lot of people liked it. We had Soul, who was really good in Golem, and I think nowhere else. Dizzy, who was good pretty much everywhere, and Biken, who was good in Banshee and a pretty good PvP unit. Now they're saying that we're going to be getting Elferet, which is the big-tittied gun sorcerer woman chick. I don't remember. All I know is that, yeah, she has a gun. She's about spreading love and all that other nonsense, which is pretty funny. It seems as though we're only getting her. See, look, new visitor Elferet Valentine, and you can see here Hero. She's a 5-star Fire Ranger. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Also, what's important to note about this is that when they did do this reveal, they were kind of just doing it one at a time, right? So first you knew about Soul, then you knew about, I think, Biken, and the last one that was revealed was actually Dizzy. And then Dizzy was the final one that was revealed. What's also important to note about this is that a lot of people were pissed that Ino, even though she was in all of the graphics and stuff like that, she wasn't actually in the game. So there's no way that I think that you're just adding Elferet into it. I think they're gonna add Ino into it as well. So we're gonna get 2 new characters, 2 new collab units, and then hopefully for the people that are doing RTA, that will open up and give no one an excuse that they can't use like Portrait of the Saviors and Junkyard Dog in their RTAs, because they're currently banned because not everybody has it. I think everyone will have access to it, which will still be slightly unfair because Soul was pretty much free. Everyone got Soul and all his things as long as you that really strenuous side story where it was like you had to spend a lot of leaves and a lot of resources in order to finish that out, which who cares? I mean, you were pretty much able to get Soul, but if you wanted to get Soul as a SSS memory imprint, that was kind of how you were gonna do it. Dizzy was a limited summon, and so is Biken. So I'm assuming that Elferet will be one, unless they're saying that they're gonna give it to you for free. I'm not. Let me double check that. No idea. No idea. But most likely she's gonna be a summon banner. She's gonna come with an artifact, and I'm pretty sure Ino is going to come too. So I was finally I was like, I need something to do the rest of my summons. So at the end of this video, we're gonna do my summons, today's summons as well, the free summons. So we got that. So another thing that I wanted to note is that I did a Guilty Gear video and I did very well. And if you guys wouldn't know unless you were actually in the beta, is that they were asking like, oh, what collaboration would you guys, what other games and franchises would you guys want us to see? And I was saying, and I actually did put it, I wish I recorded it, but I was saying, hey, you guys already have a collaboration with Epic 7. How cool. For the people, go to maybe I'll make a card. I usually don't make the cards. Check out the Guilty Gear game, Guilty Gear Strive, and see, hey, wouldn't it be cool to see, you know, one of the Epic 7 characters in Guilty Gear? Because that would be nuts. Imagine Asteria in those graphics with those moves and all those like crazy effects. I mean, that would be super good, and it would bring a lot of people into the game, because Guilty Gear, even though it got a lot of negative stuff for a beta, which is, I feel like that's not that bad thing. A beta is so you put stuff out, let people see it, and then they judge it, and then you get, you know, it's feedback and they'll fix it. And they've actually taken a lot of feedback from the first time that the game was shown and stuff like that, and now they put out this release of it, and now they're gonna probably take a bunch of feedback. They've been pretty good with that. So I would say if you guys are really big Epic 7 fans, talk to the Guilty Gear people in some way, shape, or form. Maybe tweet at them and say, hey, put some of these Epic 7 characters, or at least one. And the final question before I go into my summons is, if you have to pick one character, you know what? I'll be honest, I know you guys have too many waifus. Give me your top 5. What is your top 5 characters that you would like to see in Guilty Gear Strive? And you know, hopefully they pick one of them, right? Give me your top 5. I'll go into the game and I'll give you my top 5. Also, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that like button if you like the video, or any of my videos for that matter, and subscribe to the channel. I realized that about 80%, I've heard someone else say 60%. It's crazy that a lot of people, including myself, I actually don't subscribe to people unless I really like 2 or 3 of their videos. You gotta reel me in a little bit. I don't just subscribe off the first video. You gotta reel me in. So hopefully that might be you, or maybe you're love at first sight type of dude, or chick, whatever it is. Though I realized through my analytics also it's mostly dudes. So what up, dude? So let's go here, and I'm gonna give you guys my top 5 characters I would love to see in that game. Did I use all my free summons? Are they all over? I thought it was like 7 days. Maybe I did 7 days worth. I guess all I have is the free summon. I guess I don't have that. That was also bad too. You know, restructure the video. I'll just make a video about, you know, what do you guys would like to see? Now, of course, you know, it would be against the law if I didn't mention my boy Ken. There is a character that works similar to him. I think her name is Jam, if I'm not mistaken. That kind of has like she's a, you know, fist fighter, and she has like fire and like water or ice or something like that. I don't quote me on that, but I still would like to see Ken in there because he's just my favorite character in the entire game. So of course, but I always like melee characters in these weird type of games where most of them have swords and things like that. You just have this character that comes up to you like and then beat your ass. Kisei would be one of my other ones because she's meant to be fast in the game, right? She's fast and she has a scythe, which I don't think you usually see that. Usually I feel like scythe characters are usually slow. They're usually like very methodical with their range and stuff like that, and maybe just have her broken, you know, broken in the game. I think it would be really cool to see Kisei in the game. Just to have this really fast character with like actually medium range and things like that. I mean, the posture needs to be corrected in Guilty Gear. I mean, he's such a popular character and he's very, very strong. I don't think that they have too many old characters, like old people characters in Guilty Gear, and it would just be really funny to just see how you like do that. And plus, that Guilty Gear has statuses, so it would be nice if maybe if Charles actually did buff himself in the game, and the more buffs you got off by doing certain type of moves, the stronger he gets. That'd be really interesting to see. And I don't know, if there's a character that's like the most popular, it would be well, it's technically Seaside Bellona, but I wouldn't want to see her in the game. I would put Charles. I think Charles is actually just as popular as a pick, or as popular as Seaside Bellona as far as like overall. So I think he would be a really good pick. Hear me out. Wouldn't you want to see Descending Blade in those graphics? I'm just saying, it'd be pretty cool. Arbiter Vildred is one of the more popular characters. Like, as you know, I said Ken, and I didn't say martial artist Ken. But if you think about it, he would be cool. He has a sword. He, you know, he's dark, so he can, you know, be the evil guy in there. He can even be like the flagship evil guy in the game, you know, when they say that they're collabing with another game. I've also said when I was replying to that I think that it would be really good, you know, if they just went the Smash Brothers route, just start adding in a bunch of characters from a bunch of different games. But Epic 7, Arbiter Vildred is pretty iconic. He's one of the first Moonlight characters or dark characters that you encounter. Technically Kairon is in there as well, like you fight Kairon as well like that, but the first one that you come up with and you're kind of like, oh god, this character is crazy, is Vildred. It's Arbiter Vildred. He betrays you and all that good stuff. So I feel like he's very important to the series, and he's also very annoying in the game, especially after all his buffs. He used to be one of the worst Moonlight characters in the game, but I think he'd be cool in the game. I think he'd be really cool in Guilty Gear. So that's 4, right? I think I'm at 4. I think I need one more. I'm deeply gonna regret this. I'm gonna regret this. People that know me for a long time, seeing this on the screen is very deep. But I can't front that Luna is one of the more popular characters in the game. She does have like a lance, and I think that would be interesting. I do think there's another character in the game that in the last Guilty Gear that has a similar weapon as her, but she's so popular. I can't front that she's not popular. And I think a lot of people would like to see her, and I think overall would be a really good pick. I was kind of having a toss-up between Luna and Dark Corvus. I don't know if if Guilty Gear has a sword and weapon character, like a character that's sword and weapon. Jesus, a shield and weapon, he has a shield and an axe. I also thought about Crow. I think Crow would be a pretty good one as well. But I think Luna, if they were to do that, I think Luna has the highest shot of getting in there because she's just, you know, very popular character. A lot of people liked her. They were waiting for her when she was revealed in the other thing, and I remember, didn't they make a statue of her or something like that? Like, yeah, she's pretty much up there. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I would love to know your guys' top 5 of characters that you'd like to see in Guilty Gear if they were to ever, you know, put those in there. It's fun. It's weird that they would do a collaboration one way but not the other, when it would boost them so high. It would help them out tremendously to get some of the mobile gaming people into Guilty Gear, and then they could even make their own Guilty Gear mobile game. Even if there's probably one, or there's gonna be one, but that would be really good for both companies in my opinion. Put this game, you put characters into this game, and then you bounce 1 or 2 characters into there for an event for DLC, and you know, all the mobile people are gonna just play it. They're gonna want to play it, especially if you release it on multiple platforms. A lot of people that play on their phones do have a console. They have a PS4, they have a phone that rings when you're trying to make a video, but they also have a PC, you know, because they're playing on an emulator. And a lot of the times fighting games, a lot of people play fighting games on the PC. I don't know why, but they do. They play a fighting game on the PC because the graphics look phenomenal, and that could be a thing. I think that it would be a sad opportunity for them not to do it. So let me know your top 5. I'll say it one more time, but one thing I won't say one more time unless you watch all my videos is that every day at the casino is your lucky day. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.